"You are what you eat" is a common saying referring to the fact that whatever it is that we consume reflects on our physical and mental form. As it is in all aspects of life, balance is a key component of our diets as well. This includes the right quantities of all components of a balanced diet, namely macronutrients like proteins, fats, fiber, and carbohydrates, as well as micronutrients such as vitamins and minerals. For the purpose of this video, we will be discussing how vitamins benefit the body and dive more specifically into the science surrounding vitamin C. What are vitamins and why are they required? Vitamins are essential micronutrients that play a major role in maintaining proper bodily functions. These functions include the repair of organ and muscle tissue, improved metabolism and digestion, strengthening of muscles and bones, as well as ensuring a strong and proper immune function. 13 essential vitamins are required for the healthy functioning of the human body. These are vitamins A, C, D, E, and K, and the B vitamin family, which includes riboflavin, pantothenic acid, biotin, niacin, folate, thiamine, and vitamins B6 and B12. Broadly speaking, there are two major categories of vitamins. These are fat-soluble, which are vitamins A, D, E, and K, and water-soluble vitamins, vitamin C, and the B vitamin group. What is vitamin C? Vitamin C, also known colloquially as ascorbic acid, plays a major role in the synthesis of collagen in the body. For those who don't know, collagen is a key component in connective tissues, playing an especially prominent role in wound healing. Vitamin C has also been proven to be an important antioxidant, even promoting the regeneration of other antioxidants like alpha-tocopherol, also known as vitamin E. Antioxidants help manage the damage caused by free oxygen radicals within the body, thus aiding in the prevention of certain forms of cancer, heart disease, and other ailments caused by oxidative stress. It's even said to help with a common cold. Vitamin C can be found in several commonly consumed fruits and vegetables. Citrus fruits such as lemons and oranges, as well as certain other fruits like tomatoes, yes, tomatoes are fruits, as well as some vegetables like potatoes are a good source of vitamin C in food. Unfortunately, the water-soluble nature of vitamin C makes it vulnerable to heat, and so overcooking these food items can often lead to a reduction in the amounts of vitamin consumed. Vitamin C inadequacy and deficiency. Several factors can lead to a deficiency of vitamin C in one's body. The lack of fresh fruits and vegetables in the diet is the most common cause. Other reasons someone could face a vitamin C deficiency could be the result of there being a medical condition that hinders the absorption of the vitamin by the body, such as those suffering from severe intestinal malabsorption, certain types of cancers, hyperthyroidism, and even prolonged fevers and inflammation. Also, cigarette smoking has shown to have a detrimental effect on vitamin C levels in the body as well. Multiple studies have shown that people regularly exposed to cigarette smoke, including the unfortunate passive smoker, show far lower levels of vitamin C in their blood plasma and leukocytes, most likely due to the excessive oxidative stress brought about by the habit. It is said that a smoker should ideally intake up to 30% more vitamin C throughout the day as compared to the average non-smoker. Pregnancy and subsequently breastfeeding have also shown to lead to vitamin C inadequacies in mothers. The very first symptom of vitamin C deficiencies will usually include aches in the muscles and joints, general tiredness, weakness, and a sense of fatigue, as well as the appearance of small reddish-blue bruises on the skin. One would also tend to find themselves bruising surprisingly easily if deficient in the vitamin. As this progresses, one can expect to see a few other symptoms follow, such as severe dryness of the skin, nosebleeds, sudden weight loss, and increased susceptibility to infection, as well as discoloration of the gums and a difference in hair health. At this point, one can safely conclude that they are about to fall victim to the disease known as scurvy. Scurvy is scary, and historically, it has been quite prevalent. In addition to the symptoms mentioned earlier, this deficiency disease brings with it scarier ones, such as jaundice, neuropathy or a type of nerve damage, severe fluid retention throughout the body, and frequent and rapid convulsions, only after which one can expect the sweet release of death. But don't give up hope so fast. Even in the most severe cases of scurvy, if treated correctly, one can expect to make a full recovery in as little as 2 weeks. Believe it or not, scurvy is was responsible for the deaths of more than 2 million sailors just within the time spanning between the Great Voyage of Christopher Columbus all the way till the late 1950s. For any big sea expedition, a death rate of almost 50% was simply presumed before even setting sail. This made finding the cure for scurvy the top priority for all seafaring nations, who searched far and wide to find a solution to this plague. The man who came to the rescue of those inflicted with the ailment was one John Lind. This man is known as the guy who contributed to the eradication of this extremely deadly disease. In 1747, he conducted an experiment on board a Navy ship and discovered that oranges and lemons seemed to work in curing scurvy. Unfortunately though, it took nearly half a century for the Royal Navy to act upon his invaluable findings. Lind was the son of an Edinburgh merchant and was trained as a physician before joining the Royal Navy as a surgeon's mate in the late 1730s. His service allowed him to witness firsthand the symptoms of scurvy. On board the HMS Salisbury in 1747, he conducted one of the earliest controlled clinical studies known in medical history. He chose 12 individuals suffering from the symptoms of scurvy and divided them into 6 pairs and treated them with the different forms of early medication, which included a daily quart of cider, a half pint of seawater, and elixir of vitriol, basically sulfuric acid mixed with alcohol, and a few others, including, fortunately, 2 oranges and 1 lemon every day. By the end of that 1 week, the pair who was given the citrus fruits made a drastic recovery in health, and this small clinical trial changed the course of history forever. Something that is not included in history, though, is how many of the famous people we know had encounters with this terror of a condition. Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese sailor who first touched India, actually lost his brother to this disease. Several of the men who accompanied Ferdinand Magellan are said to have perished from this too. But still, the most prominent and infamous scurvy catastrophe took place when George Anson left the English coast to travel around the world in 1740. And in just the first year of his voyage, he lost almost 600 men to this disease. In the 1740s, a British expedition raiding Spanish territories in the Pacific Ocean lost 1,300 of its original 2,000 men to the disease. This plague made dying in a war look like a happy ending. The disease probably began right after human settlements started agriculture and storage. Since stored grains are very low in vitamin C, it must have not been difficult to get the deficiency soon. But the first written acknowledgement comes from 1500 BC Egypt. Hippocrates, who we know as the father of medicine, has also written accounts on scurvy describing its symptoms. Though surprisingly, these are the few accounts of scurvy from the early ages, after which it only got mentioned in the 1600s. One can easily find on the internet many other, yet equally morbid accounts written by sailors and expeditionaries throughout the centuries about their experiences with scurvy. So, as one can see, the history of scurvy has been quite devastating as compared to other diseases, yet surprisingly has been documented consistently throughout. It may have started off, as studies suggest, in the early ages, but people actually took notice of scurvy post the 1600s. Thankfully nowadays, the global rate of scurvy is extremely low. Those who are usually affected by it tend to be those suffering from general malnutrition, especially from third world countries. Most of the cases we find globally are often from refugee camps, where outbreaks of the deficiency disease have been reported on occasion. In conclusion, sticking to a healthy diet and keeping a track of all of your vitamins and minerals is essential for living a good, long, and happy life, and not facing the same fate as several people unfortunately have throughout the history of humanity. So go ahead and make yourself that glass of lemonade. It'll take you a long way.